Hey everyone, Mark here again. Hey, so today I'm looking at the Bulldog SRT, which has level 35 neodyme magnets, and the Jag NC-2, which has level 30 neodyme. They both have 6 ohm armatures in them. The Bulldog is a few more dollars. I think it's like $24.95. They're both black wheel base models. This is, I think, $22.50. You can go up to the GT version of the Jag, which gives you independent front end, a 3.5 ohm armature, level 45 magnets, dual flanged rear hubs, and upgraded gearing. Actually 823, although I replaced the 8-tooth with a 7-tooth pinion gear on mine because for my road courses I prefer the 7-tooth. I think the 8-tooth gear is a little bit better for like drag racing type applications. Now both of the NC2, the base model, and the Bulldog have 725 gearing in them, I believe. So for a few dollars more, well, $7 more, I guess it is, somewhere around there, this is a pretty good upgrade. You're getting a pretty good amount. You know, the independent O-ring front end, a 3.5 ohm armature, stronger traction magnets, and a dual flanged rear end. So keep that in mind. So first thing I thought we would do is take a look at the downforce on my downforce meter here, and we'll test the Jag NC2 first. Looks like it's sitting at 55, so 55, 56, somewhere around there. The Bulldog chassis with the level 35s is sitting at 72. It's a pretty good amount higher, so definitely more downforce on the Bulldog. Bulldog does come with, the Jag does come with this dual pin, which is kind of cool. I like the shorter, came installed this way, but you have a longer side and a shorter side. It looks metal, although I think on the website it said it was plastic, but I don't know. And by comparison, the level 45s on the GT version, yeah, they're up over 100. Not sure what the diameter of the tires. We can look at that as well, actually, if you want, real quick. On the Jag rear end, I think I looked at this before. It was about a 442. Yeah, it's like a 442, 444, 442. But the Bulldog, I was surprised. It comes with some pretty fat tires, I guess, for your plastic track. But this was all the way up to like a 466, I think it was. 464. Yeah, closer to a 464. So quite a bit higher up off the track. And actually, if you take a Viper rear end with like a 440 tire, 440, 442, which is similar to what the Jag comes with. If you put this lower Viper rear end in the Bulldog and you test the downforce, we're now up to almost 100. So we went from 70 something to 97 almost. Yeah. So And I've had this chassis longer than the Jag, so I've actually played around with this, and putting a Viper O-ring front end and this Viper rear end makes this chassis handle much better on both my AFX track and my Viper track. And we'll look at that when we do some laps. All right, so it does look like the Bulldog has the edge in the downforce area. Let's go ahead and put them on the dyno. We'll start off with the Jag car. Wow, that thing's pretty bouncy and not, well, it's so bouncy it came off. Not really. And I did oil this, by the way. They recommend oiling it before you do anything with it. Whoa, that was weird. Interesting. So if I hold this down, that's a little more reasonable speed there, 2.7. But it does bounce around a lot if I don't hold it. So something is not really balanced too well on this rear end. Gets pretty hot. Let's see how the Bulldog runs. Well, that's much smoother and faster. So from a stock out of the box perspective, so far I got to give the edge to the Bulldog. It has more downforce and it runs much smoother and is faster. So let's see how the GT version. Yeah, that's definitely better. It runs smoother and it is faster, which you would expect for a 3.5 ohm car. Oh, and I'd like to thank, I think it was Rich's Slot Car Room that suggested putting the switch in the 5-volt mode. It kicks the speed down dramatically and makes it easier taking the cars off so they don't go flying. So thanks, Rich, for that suggestion. Yeah, so let's go ahead. And I thought, just for reference, so this is a HC Super 7, the base model one, with a 6 ohm armature. If you wanted to see how this can, now this is a different price point. This is over $10 more. This is like a $35, $36 chassis. So, but we're at over 100 on this chassis. So, and this is using Pro 10 traction magnets, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And if you want to see how it runs, 3.5, 3.7. Yeah, definitely a bit of an upgrade on the Super 7. Yeah. But back to the Jag NC-2 and the Bulldog. Well, next up, I figured we would run some laps. So I'm going to go ahead and pause right here, get the camera set up. I think I'm going to do laps on both the AFX track and the Viper track, because I feel like these cars are really geared for an AFX plastic, your home plastic track. So we'll start with that. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, one other thing I forgot to mention before we do some laps is how these cars, how the bodies fit on these cars. So the Bulldog has the posts molded into the chassis. So you can't use any like Formula One bodies on this car. Whereas the Jag uses like a body, AFX type body clip. I'm not sure, I'll try and see if a Formula One body fits on there. But one thing I noticed though is that they are a little bit different as far as the fit. This clip is definitely wider than the Bulldog clip. So like this is a Johnny Lightning body, and it really doesn't fit so well on this Jag chassis, but it fits much better on the Bulldog. Now this Auto World body here on this Supra, I think this fits better. It's very loose with the Bulldog. It's almost like the tabs aren't wide enough, but the Jag actually fits this quite nicely. A little bit wider clip. So you'll kind of have to play around with different bodies and see which, I mean, in theory they should work, but again, trying to put this GT40 body on this wider clip on this Jag, it doesn't fit very well. And this is an older AFX body. Actually fits pretty good on the older AFX body. It's a little bit loose, but it does fit. But I bet you on this other AFX body, yeah, so the Bulldog fits this GT40 better than the Jag does. So just an FYI, you might have to play around with different bodies as far as finding ones which fit best on these chassis. So, all right, now we're going to pause again and get over to the track. All right, I'm going to use the AFX body on the Jag because it just fits better, and I'm going to use this, I think this is a Johnny Lightning body on the Bulldog. I couldn't find one body that really fit them both well enough, so hopefully that doesn't make too much of a difference in our testing. And I'm running the track at 18.5 volts, and I'm going to use the white lane here, lane 2 I think it is. So we'll start with this is the Jag Hobbies car. Oh. 4.6 second. I don't know how to drive on an AFX track anymore since I've been spending all my time on my Viper. Yeah, sorry. Trying to push it to see if I can get better times. Took out the tree. Now let's do, so it looks like 4.6 seconds is the best I could do with this chassis. Yeah. As soon as I try to push it a little bit, it comes off. Let's see how the Bulldog does. 4.1, already a half a second quicker. Another 4.1. 4.0. Could definitely push this harder. It has better traction than the Jag does. Feels a little quicker too. .9. So it's about a half-second difference between these two cars, a little over half a second as far as the best times. I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera and we'll take it over to the Viper track. We'll do some laps there. All right, let's see how we do on the Viper track. Again, I'll start with the Jag NC-2 on the same lane. Oh, we're already off the track. Definitely not a lot of downforce on the Jag. It's interesting, we're doing better times on this Viper track, and this is a bigger track, same speed, or same lap time. But I think we did a 4.6 or a 4.5 on the AFX track, and I just did a 4.5 on my AFX track. I think is like 42 feet, and this is a 56-foot lap length, I believe. Yeah. All right, let's try the Bulldog chassis now. 4.4, 4.1, 4.1, 3.8. I pushed it a little too hard there. Yeah, I would say the Bulldog definitely has a slight edge with the better downforce. It handles better, but they're pretty close. I mean, Jag, considering it was lower speed on the dyno, it doesn't feel that much slower on the track. So, you know, take what you will with that as far as the dyno reading can, you know, and track time speeds. Yeah. I will say the Jag is running, when I first put this on the track, it seemed pretty slow, but it seems to be, probably needs to be broken in a little bit more. It is a brand new chassis. The Bulldog I've had for a while, so the Bulldog is definitely broken in. So there's that to consider as well. But yeah, I mean, they're both decent chassis. They're both similarly priced. I think the Jag actually sounds, the Jag could definitely benefit from some stronger magnets. But the Jag actually sounds better on my Viper track than the Bulldog does. Bulldog's a little noisier. Even though the Jag looked worse on the dyno, it was bouncing around. You know, I don't see that translating into how it runs on the track. But you do have to watch your speed with this chassis. With a lower downforce. I will say on the Bulldog, if I change out the rear end and with the lower profile Viper and the lower profile O-ring, this car runs even better. But for the sake of testing stock, we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, they're both pretty decent. I think I would give a slight edge to the Bulldog. Though you are limited with the chassis you could put on. Let's see if I meant to check that for you guys. Let's see if an F1 body will fit on the Jag without this body clip. I might have to move the. I don't know if this has. No. Well, at least this AFX body does not fit. This is too narrow. So I don't know if maybe a newer. I don't have any Formula Ones in like the Mega G or Mega G Plus. Maybe those might fit on here. So, sorry, can't test that for you. All right, guys, that's it for now. Again, I think a slight edge in time, well, half second almost in lap time on the Bulldog. So there you go. All right, guys, let me know if you guys have any questions, and we'll talk with you all soon. Thanks.